Don't wanna be an American idiot. Don't want a nation under the new media.
I'm Rebecca Keegan for Time Magazine with Green Day's Billie Joe Armstrong, here in Oakland, California on the band's home turf. American Idiot, the Broadway musical based on their songs, is nominated for 3 Tony Awards, and the video game rock band Green Day comes out June 8th.
I thought that was great. I love it, yeah. I almost cried.
Okay, all right. On to the questions from Time readers.
Okay.
First question comes from Louisville, Kentucky. How do you respond to people who say that Green Day isn't punk anymore? Have you changed your style in response to naysayers?
The thing about punk is, in any genre of music, or punk, or if it's blues or jazz, there's, or straight up rock and roll, I mean, there's purists on every side. So once you start going outside of that, then they don't necessarily think what you're doing is, quote unquote punk rock. But for me, I want to be a great songwriter. So, I mean, my range of songwriters, my favorites goes for anywhere from, someone, a band like the Sex Pistols to all the way to like Lennon McCartney. So, that's what Green Day is. There are no rules.
This question comes from Caitlin C. in Independence, Kentucky. She asks, what bands have influenced you?
When I really first started getting into music that mattered for me, I would say a lot of Minneapolis bands like Husker Du and the Replacements, and then I think it would be like after that the Ramones, or then the local punk rock scene that we came from in Berkeley, which was bands like Operation Ivy and Crimp Shrine, and this great record a compilation called Turn It Around, which was like the first sort of wave of the Gilman Street punk band that was coming out of there. So that was a pretty big record for me.
Chrissy Kay in Bedford, England asks, what made you want to have a Broadway musical adaptation of American Idiot?
When we were first doing American Idiot, while we were making it, we always thought it was something very theatrical, and it had a storyline to it. So we always thought it should be staged somehow, whether it be in the theater or whether it wouldn't be. We really didn't know how it was going to come up. So when Michael Mayer, who's he did a musical called Spring Awakening. When he called, we took that call immediately.
Television dreams of tomorrow. We're not the ones meant to follow. Boy, that's enough to argue.
What's that been like for you to see your songs on stage like that?
It's been surreal. I mean, it's been amazing to hear the different voices, especially hearing women sing your songs, which I didn't know that women sounded that good singing my songs. So.
Do you know what's worth fighting for when it's not worth dying for?
They're even better than the way I sing them. So, and it was just great to see that to see the sort of the story that you had in your head, just that it's that was in the record for American Idiot, and suddenly get it's on stage right in front of you, acted out in front of you, and it was kind of seeing the whole thing really come to fruition. It was like, this is what we started with was the album, and then now there's this stage production and with the storyline, and it's pretty amazing.
This is a question from Jack Lowe in Canterbury, England. Do you think the musicians have a responsibility to try to have a social or political message in their music?
I think the only people that should have a responsibility for singing about social issues or politics or anything like that are the ones that aren't full of about it, or the ones that aren't preaching. I mean, if you're going to write a song, a political song, it's got to come from the same place where you write a love song. It can't just be some empty rhetoric that you're in a bunch of finger pointing. You have to have yourself involved in it, So it's like when I, have a song like Don't Want to Be an American Idiot, I'm talking about myself and what's going on in my country at the same time. How do I fit into it, and how do I feel alienated from it at the same time? So it's it's self-deprecating, but it's also trying to empower yourself.
This is actually our last question. Why do you never seem to age?
Age? I age. I definitely age. Every single day, you know. As this time goes on, I'm aging. So as soon as this is aired, it'll be in the past. So I think trying to mentally keep yourself in a place where you still have excitement in your life, and something, and you're always in awe of something, and you're always have that thing about you where you're you know, dreaming the next dream. I think that's, you know, that's and never resting on your laurels, you know, and not going through the motions, and you know, that's, to me, that's the fountain of youth, and it has nothing to do with the wrinkles on your face or how fat you get, or you know, or if you get gray hair. It's just your zest for life, really.
Cool. Well, thank you very much.
Sure.